Alright guys, and welcome to mission 11 of the Tuskegee Airmen campaign. This is a non-historical mission. We're basically flying the C-47, and we're going to be doing a supply drop from Foggia down here to Fresno. It's kind of a mountaintop airfield. And the scenario is that we have to resupply some Rangers that are operating northwest, and they just need some supplies. They also need a medevac where a corporal has a dangerously high fever, so he needs to be extracted. So basically, what we're going to do is overfly the airfield in the C-47, drop the supplies, and then we're going to pick up the corporal. We actually have to land on the airfield, and then we'll head back to Foggia. So hope you guys enjoy. And what we have on this mission is here's the aircraft, 5X cargo. You can also do 28 paratroopers, which is pretty interesting. If you get a chance to do that, you can change this up, of course, however you want. But I'll go ahead and do the cargo on this one. One note: be very careful when maneuvering, because with the fully loaded aircraft, if you pull beyond a certain amount of G's, you can definitely damage the aircraft, not break a wing. So realize that what you do in the sim with a light joystick is not going to be the same as what happens in a real aircraft. So you would never pull, like, I don't know, 7 G's in a C-47, but you could do that with the light joystick that you own. Alright, so let's get into it. Alright, so here we're on the aircraft. Pretty nice model here. Here's our pitch, and another thunderstorm scenario. Go ahead and get the engine started here. So if you don't have individual keys mapped for the engine, the easiest way is just to press A and let the autopilot start the aircraft for you. But I think the way it's defaulted, if you hit the 1 key, you can go ahead and start the number 1 engine. Alright, so that's good. And we'll hit the number 2 key and get that engine started. Alright, and then I hit the tilde key, get both engines going. And we'll also get the lights on here. Do we have lights? I guess we don't, because I'm hitting the L keys. Alright, no external lights. Maybe we have some. Yep, we had cockpit lighting, so that's good. So I'll hit the tilde, all engines selected. And we'll set the flaps for takeoff here. Alright, pretty cool. Alright, I'll go ahead and lock the tail wheel. Get the stick all the way back. Make sure prop is full, which it is. Mixture is full rich, or beyond rich here. And we'll get going. Now there is a weird thing about IL-2 aircraft. Sometimes they have a left turning tendency no matter what. So I got the rudder all the way right here. And I'm hitting some right brake. And she still wants to veer to the left. Alright. Oh, she's heavy. Get the gear up here. Well, I'm not sure why she's rolling so much. Alright. Yeah, that's kind of a weird quirk with these airplanes. is that I read a forum post on it, and basically the way the aircraft are modeled in IL-2, there is no such thing as a multi-engine simulation, or at least they didn't have that initially. So my understanding is that it treats the multi-engines as just one big engine that's turning right, and so you get a bunch of torque to the left no matter what. Now, in a perfectly symmetrical thrust aircraft like this one, there's no reason that you should have any type of real movement. Let me get the radiator fully open here. And let me get the prop back. So that's kind of an interesting quirk about everything. Alright, let's check our path here. Alright, so basically we're going to make a left turn to the west. Awesome sound. I think I'm using Tiger's sound mod still. A little bit of turbulence here. So not the prettiest takeoff, but there are ways that you can counter that. You can start with one engine, but it's really going to turn your. You can just start with the left engine, and that'll kind of get you rolling, but it's really going to roll you around that axis. So I might actually try it with the tail wheel unlocked, so I have a little bit more tail wheel authority, and maybe that'll work out better in the takeoff here. Overturn. You can kind of see what I'm talking about. Even now in the climb, I'm getting a bunch of P factor going left. Alright, back on course here, going westbound. And I gotta say, this interior is not bad at all. IL-2 is doing, it's still going strong. So the reason I included this mission was to just break up the campaign. You first get in Tuskegee Institute, and you start learning your basic military pilot training. This is after you've gotten your private pilot's license in the civilian training program. So you go to Tuskegee, you start out in a biplane trainer, then you move on to the T6, do a few engagements, start getting into air-to-air combat, and then air-to-ground delivery, you do some mock runs, and then eventually you graduate to the P-40 Warhawk, and that's where you enter the campaign in North Africa. Eventually you push into Sicily, or North Africa into Italy here. You can see how big the map is. Pretty amazing that they have this huge map in IL-2. Just gorgeous. You have Greece, you have Northern Africa, and there's mainland Italy. So the idea behind this mission is you're going to transition eventually to the P-51. Everybody knows that, so it's not a surprise. So this is just to break up the campaign, give you something a little bit different to do. Just something fun before you move on to the next step. Alright, so we're going to level off here at about 5,200. And one thing you'll notice, IL-2 has some really high manifold pressures for whatever reason. Like, you'll notice that in the P-51. Like, if I crank this all the way up, actually that's not too bad. But in the P-51 and the Spitfire, the manifold is probably like 10 inches higher than it should be. But the RPM's, I guess, pretty good. I'll keep it at about 2,200 here. Keep the engine nice and cool. Keep it purring. So we're coming up on the airfield. So here's this river that we're using. Yeah, it's kind of a landmark. So the airfield should be to the left of that city. They're very hard to see in this fog. So we'll circle around, see if we can spot it. Actually, that's it right there. Awesome. Yep, there's the airfield right down there. You can barely see the hangars and everything else. So this is kind of a tough landing. What we're going to do is circle back around. We'll drop the supplies. And then we'll come in for a landing after that. We'll start a descending spiral here down to maybe 2,000 or 3,000 feet. It's more like 2,000 feet. And just remember to keep these turns nice and easy. So you don't over-rev the engine. Okay, there's the airfield. We'll try to keep our speed somewhat slow. 130 seems right. Alright. And cargo away. There's 4 away. And 5 away. Alright, those supplies are dropped. Let's come in for landing now. Get the gear down here, and first notch flaps coming in. Got prop full, mixture still rich, and I'll try to bring her in at about 100. She likes to fly really slow. Extend out a little bit here. Watch these mountains. This is kind of a little bit of a treacherous approach. Got the second notch flaps in. And we'll get the third notch just to make sure here. Make sure nobody's on final. Alright, we're good there. I haven't flown this girl in a long time. So I'm not sure what she likes here. As far as airspeed, 100 seems good. Alright, she's coming down. I might have to overshoot this one. Yeah, it doesn't look like we're going to make it. We'll try again here. Alright, gotta watch the altitude this time. Alright, here's the final landing approach. Alright, let's get her down. Let's shut down the engines, pick up that corporal, and head back. So this is what I was talking about with the asymmetrical thrust here. You can just do one engine, and you can pivot pretty nicely. Engine's overheating. It takes a lot of power to do this. That's kind of tricky getting her lined up with the runway here. Alright, so we'll try this. Give her a couple minutes just to let the engine cool down here. And she still wants to turn. Ah, she still wants to turn. Nope, doesn't want to do it. Alright, so I'm just letting the autopilot potentially take off here. Alright, there we go. So I just let the autopilot start the roll. And we'll head back to Foggia. Alright, so you can barely see the lights there from Foggia. Not entirely sure where the wind's coming from. But we will be landing in the north direction here. Let's see if we can get down to about 1,000 feet. Oh, there's a threshold down there. Go ahead and get the gear out. And the first notch flaps. And there's a little bit of wind today, which I'm kind of fighting. Trying to get back on the center line here. There we go. Alright. I'll bring her down here. That surprised me. She's a little higher than normal aircraft. Alright. Go ahead and just park her over here on the side. Yes, you really have to make left turns. Alright, cool. Alright, so we're going to shut down engine number 1. And engine number 2. Alright. That was an interesting flight. Hope you guys enjoyed that. And I'll see you guys next time.